Hi everyone, today I've got the wonderful Sara Ramadoro with me. Sara, please could you introduce yourself and share how you were drawn to Avalon?
Absolutely, I'm Sara and I am an Italian priestess. I live in London right now. I have been living in quite a few places around the world and now ended up in the UK. And how was I drawn to Avalon? It's quite of a funny story. I think the first time I went to this country was as a young chap, interrailing around the country, and I always wanted to come here, but it didn't end up on that trip. And one day on my email inbox arrived an email about a fairy seminar that was happening in Glastonbury. I happened to have a little bit of time that summer, so I just booked another trip, came here, thought I was just going to be here for the 1 or 2 days, and then ended up staying the whole time and fell in love with the place.
How do you experience and express your spiritual path day to day in Avalon?
I think my day-to-day, it speaks a lot about me. I have been moving around quite a lot in the past few years, and I don't have a consolidated group or circle that I lead. But where I think I express my faith in Goddess best is when I travel, both for work or for pleasure. It's finding the hidden gems, the temples that are there waiting for people to reactivate them or to just honor them and witness them and be there and remember the hurt and the beauty of the place. So that's how I express it. It's traveling and seeing places. And also during the pandemic, I know not much travel happened, but it helped me reconnecting to the places around me that we often ignore. You know, we want to go far away and seeing all of those places over there, and then we realize there's so much in our local community, both here in the UK or in Italy for me. So that's how I express, I would say, my devotion to Goddess, both here and anywhere else in the world I happen to set foot in.
Reactivating temple spaces, what an incredible service and gift. Do you have any amazing experiences or like memorable experiences of reactivating temples?
I do, and also, you know, when I talk about reactivating temple, it's not that I do anything specific. It's more, I'm there in the space and I feel, what does the space need? Are there any memories coming to me or call me there compared to other places? And I'm just open to any words or any singing or anything that might come that they might request. Some places call me more than others. I remember finding in Sardinia and in Crete snake skins, and I think the Sardinia one was a beautiful one because it was in a, I would say, not in the most beautiful part of the archaeological site, but something was drawing me there. And in front of an nuraghi there was this long, fully complete with the head and the eyes as well, snake skin waiting there at the entrance. And I picked it up and I felt, you know, such a calling to that. And then, you know, in a matter of 3-4 months after, my life completely changed. You know, I quit a job I didn't want to have anymore that I had for 7 years, quit a house, quit the country and moved to Ireland at that time. So it was a full, complete change. Or other places, memories emerged. In Ecuador, it happened on a temple that I really saw the sacrifice of the priestesses when the Aztec came and took over that temple, where you can see already, you know, the older structures, and then when the Aztecs came in and started building a very square structure. So memories might come, songs might come. You know, snakeskin or natural objects might show me signs, and yeah, I think it's a powerful way of service that also gives me so much.
does goddess or divine feminine mean to you?
I think also that one has changed, over the years. It's kind of always evolving. What does it mean to me? What does it mean to me now? I used to be very attached to specific goddesses. Rhiannon was one of them that at the beginning I was really scared of, and then it became a goddess very dear to my heart, the Lady of Avalon. And then from the specific goddess, it's more right now I've seen the overall goddess energy, and I see the rest as aspects of her, and the all-encompassing provider and mother. In a way, that's how I see goddess, and how she expresses herself in nature. So it's more trying to find the connection, and I know that every strand of grass is a connection to her, and the aspects where she might have spoken to me or to others in the past. So sometimes I still connect to her as a specific goddess. Sometimes it's more of an all-encompassing feeling. And I think what is calling me a lot right now is the goddesses of my region of Italy, Le Marche, a very unknown place for many, but I encourage you, off the beaten path, absolutely fantastic. Add over. That is a region of caves where they found small statuette made of stalagmite, more or less 30,000 years old. And I don't know the name of that goddess. Maybe it wasn't necessary in those times, but that land is calling me back to, re-explore her. I don't know if I will ever move back to Italy, but at least I think going back there and connecting with her temples and with my original land.
This year's conference theme is the Sovereign Lady of Avalon. What does sovereignty mean to you, and how does working in Avalon or being in Avalon empower you to feel sovereign?
I think the goddess path for me meant a lot into my empowerment, into seeing myself or rediscovering myself as a priestess, which many of us, feel at the beginning maybe a little bit daunted by the word, or like, what does it actually mean? Am I, over myself or thinking of me as a priestess in a way? And then we discover, this is my path in a way, but I felt other people might have shared my footsteps of rediscovering our own power and not being afraid of using that word, and of expressing ourselves in service to Goddess. So I think sovereignty is being centered in myself, in knowing what I am capable of, and use it well, and use it in service. And I think it's expressing it through leadership. It's bringing it, not just in leading workshops. We can all be sisters for a weekend, but it's more, how does it plays out into the rest of my life? In how do I manage sometimes tricky family relationships, or how am I sovereign in my friendships? How do I keep my boundaries, and how do I open up my reign for other people to come in and help them? How am I a good manager in my day-to-day job for the people that work with me? How do I bring my spiritual path and my own true self into what I do on the day by day? And it might sound simple, but sometimes it can be very difficult, because it's peeling off the masks, and being sovereign is also being yourself, recognizing when you got it wrong, asking for forgiveness, and keeping healthy boundaries with other people. A little bit of a winded answer, but I hope you're listening to this can get the essence of it.
On behalf of everyone that watches this, thank you for your time. Thank you for your wisdom, and thank you for sharing with us. And we look forward to seeing you at the conference.
I can't wait to see all of the people back in person, and thank you so much for inviting me.